So then there is the wheeling and dealing with shidduch dealers that today used to be, there was, the old archetype of Yentl, the meshmaker, or the Gemara picture of two fathers who make an agreement to marry off their children at a young age. But the models today go from speed dating to webinars to Zoom meetings across the globe, every possible kind of shidduch site you can imagine, shadchanim and shadchanim databases. It's so complex, and there's so many different options. People are virtually engaged sometimes before they've actually met each other.
Wow.
And sometimes, right. And the choices, they could use Google Translate and marry somebody from a different nationality. There's all kinds of possibilities. Okay, but the point is that when we talk about the different permutations today, whoa, is it complex? And then people they think that everything is so fast, their expectations shifted also. So it's like, gee, it's been like 3 hours and the shotgun hasn't called me back yet. What's going on? And then people start to be reactive, responsive, nervous. Okay, because it used to be like, oh, he's coming from the other shtetl. We know it's going to take 4 months till you they got it. So, but today it's different. So our expectations have shifted. Okay. So a whole framework needs to be. It's something to make decisions about, to make choices. How are we going to, choose where your potential partner is, and who's going to do the choosing? Is it going to be the child himself, the parents? Okay, all of these are different permutations that need to be figured out. Okay, that is the shotgun hull of communications. Okay, next we're up to number 5. So number 6. Oh, the dating roller coaster. That's exciting. Dating roller coaster is fun. You can go up and down all kinds of circles. Sometimes the ride is very, very calm. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes you're waiting for it to start, and you're wondering, when is this dating going to happen? Sometimes you are upside down and going in circles and going to what is it called? 180-degree drops or whatever it is. Okay, I don't know how many degrees. 90 degrees? I don't know. So it's the different kinds of rides that everybody's going to go on in the dating roller coaster can be different from those. A lot of differentiation between those who see it as an exciting ride, a ride of discovery and adventure, as opposed to I'm already seasick and I can't handle this. Give me a pill, get me off. I can't go for the ride. Okay, the avoidance. So it really partially depends on how we present it. Okay. After the dating roller coaster, you catch your breath. And where are we? Okay, we go to the squeezer. The squeezer is one of my favorites because the squeezer is where we discover all those things that squeeze us and pressure us that we're not even aware of. Okay, and that's where the squeezer has nice sensors, and it senses the people who are in the ride. And if you are emitting a lot of fear and pressure, and feeling a lot of pressure, the wall starts to close in on you. But as soon as you can let go, and as soon as you can be at peace and sort of access your higher faith, and notice those beliefs that are toxic or creating obstacles, then the walls will relax and give you more space. You can breathe in kind. So as an example, then, this isn't a good example. I like using the squeezer of where a mentor would be really helpful here, because people are not aware of their pressures. People are not aware of their beliefs. And these are coming down to the child. There's a lot of confusion. So here's an example. You've got the Goldwasser family. The Goldwasser family, they like a lot of geld. So they train their kids. They say, kids, that's it. We're not supporting you. Okay, you get married, you're on your own. Everybody has to have a lucrative profession. If we don't agree to Shidduchim, we're not marrying anybody off before he has either degree or lucrative profession under his belt. Okay, so Joel's a good boy. He's already his last degree of law school. Okay, he's getting engaged now. They're very happy for him. Benji's next. Benji's up at that next. But Benji is a free spirit. He's an artist. You just give him a canvas and he's happy. And he doesn't want to sit in some class in some air-conditioned room with a lot of students and learn something. He wants to paint. He wants to create. He's happy and he's responsible. He's ready to get married. He's a nice guy. He's loyal. He's got all the qualities that make a good husband. He's good values. He's firm. He's nice. But he's not interested in following Mr. Goldwasser's belief system. But here comes the squeezer, and boy, is Benji feeling pressured. And Mr. Goldwasser is really happy to wait. No problem, Benji. But Benji already has a girl in mind. His friend's younger sister. She's good, and he's ready to call it an engagement. But Mr. Goldwasser's not on board. Okay, we've got a lot of things squeezing us here that have not been spoken out. Their family cultures, their family beliefs, and the kid can't get around them. So this family's going to be stuck. This family's in a tight place. Okay, how can somebody help the Goldwassers get out of their squeezer? It's a good question. Okay. After the squeezer, we go to the mentor arcade. Okay, this is back to where we can try to throw our rings and see if we can hook up with the right mentor. You need the right kind of mentor. Not every mentor will do. For some people, it's a mashgiach, and for somebody, it's a therapist. For somebody, it's their Aunt Dorothy, and for some people, it's a good friend, or your Shabbos host. Okay, so you got to know which mentor is going to work, which mentor has the right wisdom, discretion, and too many mentors is no good. Confusion can make, even confusion of good mentors can make the person so confounded that they are paralyzed, and then they really, not only do they squeeze, but they freeze. So they becomes a big problem. And so in the mentor arcade, we have to find the right kind of mentors. Not too little, not too much. Okay, and as we leave the park, notice that we're going to pass through an enclosed area called the House of In-Laws. Oh, that's scary. Okay, the House of In-Laws. A lot of mirrors in the House of In-Laws. Okay, so one of the mirrors is very simple, and it simply reflects the parents. You found in-laws that reflect you. It's nice and smooth. But a lot of the mirrors have bumps and ridges, and some of the in-laws have a different culture in finances. They have a different culture in health. They have a different culture in family unity. They have a different culture in how they educated their kids, in physical health. Okay, they're a Bamba family, and you're a carrot stick family. So you're going to find a lot of similarity or discordance according to your house of in-laws, and that is an important influence before, during, and after the chuppah. Okay, and after the chuppah is really where we're headed for. Parents who have their kids in Shidduchim need to focus much more on what is on the other side of the chuppah than getting to the chuppah. That's something that has to be stressed to parents if we're trying to help them with relationships, because a relationship is very little about dating, very little about finding the right person, and much more about extrapolating and understanding what that means after the chuppah. And as we leave the park, it's kedai to go back to that wall of prayer, because now that we've been through all this stuff and you see all the different complications and nuances, it's important to always keep revisiting there and knowing that the ultimate help is from above, and somehow we look around and we see so many lovely new couples building their homes in Yirbu. So we should keep seeing the way things go right.
Amen.
Thank you so much.